Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jasper at Get Paid for Your Pad, and in today's video I'm going to talk all about Airbnb titles, and more specifically, how do you create a great title that will get you more views of your listing and finally more bookings for your listing, because that's what it's all about. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at two actual Airbnb listings. I wrote a blog post a while ago in which I explain exactly how you can construct a outstanding title for your listing, and a lot of people have commented on this blog post with links to their listing asking me to review them. So I thought it'd be really fun to look at those listings and provide some feedback in this video. So let's take a look. All right, so the first listing we're going to look at is an Airbnb listing in Chicago, my old city. The host, her name is Lulu, and she wants to get some feedback. She says that only about 10% of people need free parking, so she's not sure if she should include that in her title. And she also has a private bathroom for her guest. Maybe that'd be more attractive. Well, let's take a look at her listing. So I've pulled up her listing, but I've also pulled up her listing in the search results to see what your title looks like when people are scrolling through the search results. So we can see her listing here on the top left corner: modern condo in South Loop, free street parking. Now she has those little stars around the first part of her title, which is something that I recommend because it makes the listing stand out a little bit more. Something that I mentioned in the blog post, so she's done a very good job at that. But let's think about the rest of the title. Well, first of all, she's renting out a private room, but her title starts with a description of her condo. Now, that could be a good idea if you're renting out your entire place. If you're renting out your bedroom, I would focus the title more on the bedroom. So what is nice about the bedroom? Does it have a great view? Does it have a very comfortable bed? Those are the things that I would include in the title. Also, I wouldn't include the location per se, because I think that most Airbnb guests, when they are looking for a listing, I think they usually use the filters to decide which neighborhood they want to stay at first, and then they'll search for listings, right? To kind of show this, I've pulled up a search page in New York. So let's say I want to stay in New York. I'm not really going to search in the whole of New York, right? I'm either going to go to the filters and I'm going to select my neighborhood. Let's say I want to stay in the East Village, which is a neighborhood that I really like in New York. Then I'm only going to see listings that are in the East Village. And so you can see here that a lot of people have put the East Village in their title, which I think is a little bit redundant, because I've already decided I'm going to stay at the East Village. And so it doesn't really add much more information. I think it's better to use that space to highlight some of the best aspects of your apartment or your room or whatever else you have on offer. So that's kind of my feedback for Lulu's listing. Also, the free street parking takes up a lot of space. If only 10% of people actually come by car, then I doubt it will be worth it. You also might be able to just shorten it by just saying parking. Then at least people know that if they are coming by car, there is a parking option. Or you could say free parking, then leave out the word street, and you still have a little bit extra space where you can highlight something else. And I definitely think that highlighting the private bathroom is definitely more valuable than, for example, mentioning the in South Loop part. So that would be my recommendations for this title. And now that we're at it, I wanted to make one more remark about the pictures. So this is her first picture here, and it doesn't show the bedroom. Now, if I'm going to stay in a private room, then what's most important to me is not the living room. I might spend a little bit of time there, But most importantly, I want to see the actual room where I'm going to be sleeping. And so I would recommend you start with a picture that shows the bedroom, just like this listing has done, because then I can instantly see, okay, that's the bed where I'm going to sleep. That's going to be my room. And the shared space is kind of a secondary priority for me if I'm looking for a private room. So I would also recommend to rearrange the pictures a bit. She has the bedroom in picture number 5. And so, I have to scroll through first before I get to see the bed. And as everybody knows, the attention span of the average internet user is very low. So you want to grab their attention as soon as you can. In this case, for example, if I look at these two, then I would probably check out this listing first, just because I can immediately see what the bed looks like. It looks like a comfortable bed, so I want to check it out. It says comfortable, convenience, great views. Now this is actually a lot more appealing to me than this one. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's look at the next title. This is posted by Anna, and I've also pulled up her listing. She hosts in San Francisco. I have pulled up, it's brand new. She doesn't have any reviews yet, and she still has the new badge, which is really cool. So Airbnb, during a short window of time when you have a new listing, Airbnb pumps your listing a little bit, gives you a little bit of extra help to show up higher in the search results. And that's the time window that you really want to make use of. You really want to make sure you get a bunch of bookings during that time period when you get that bump, because when that bump drops off, then you're on your own, you're competing against everybody else, and you don't have extra help. So you really want to use that period to get a lot of momentum. All right, so let's get to the title. And Anna also put a little star in front of her title, and then the title reads Modern, New, 1-bedroom apartment, 1-minute walk to Golden Gate Park. Now, I think that the words modern and new are quite appealing because people like new things. They like new apartments, modern apartments. That's definitely good. I wouldn't necessarily mention the 1-bedroom APT because, again, if people search for a listing, they probably decide first how many bedrooms they want, depending on their group size. Like if I'm traveling by myself, I'm going to filter for 1-bedroom apartments or studios, because what am I going to do with 2 bedrooms, right? That's just spending extra money that I don't need. Whereas if I'm traveling with a group, let's say 4 people, then I'm probably going to select the 2-bedroom apartments so that we all have a bedroom, right? Okay, so I would leave that out. And then also the 1-min walk to Golden Gate Park. I think, again, when people search for the location, if you look at this map, if I were to check out this listing, it's pretty clear that it's close to the Golden Gate Park. But it's not. It's a lot better than just saying the name of the neighborhood, right? It adds a little bit more information about the location. So you could say like steps away from the park. I think people will know what park you mean. So that you might be able to take out the Golden Gate, and then you have a little bit more space. So especially if you take out the 1-bedroom APT and then you take out Golden Gate, then you have enough space to highlight something else that's really nice about your apartment. Maybe that the beds are very comfortable, or maybe there's a good view, or maybe, I don't know, whatever else you think is attractive about your apartment. And again, now that I'm at it, I might as well comment a little bit on the pictures. So because you want to grab the attention of the viewer as soon as you can, you want to show your best pictures first. Now, the first picture here is not that bad. It looks okay, but when I scroll through picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I haven't really seen anything else of the apartment other than the kitchen and those 2 red chairs, right? So, this could be enough for somebody to go to the next listing and check that one out, right? So you want to make sure that you have a diversified portfolio of pictures at the beginning of your gallery. So picture number 1, not necessarily a bad picture, but then picture number 2 shouldn't show almost the same thing, right? Every picture in the beginning should show something else, like a different part of the apartment, or maybe a great view or something. So if you scroll through these pictures, let's see what other pictures are available, because they all look kind of the same. So this is a different picture because it shows, I guess, the sofa bed or the second bed. And then scroll through. Okay, so here's a bedroom, right? So that picture should be in spot number 2 or 3. So when it comes to your title, the few things are important. Use all the space that you have, and try to add as much information as possible in your title, because you never know what catches the viewer's eye, right? So try to think about what are the best aspects of your apartment. Why would people want to stay at your place? And one of the things you can do to find out is check out your reviews. Check out what people have written about their stay. And if you look at your reviews, you might see that a lot of people talk about the same things, right? And so those things are the things that people appreciate most about your house. And so you might want to mention those in the title. All right, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another one tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.